Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, Just Bookish Things. Today I am going to do my bookshelf tour. Now this is going to be fairly short because I don't have a very big bookshelf. What you see in the back is pretty much all I have. I only have these two shelves. So I'm just going to take you through everything that I have on my shelf. The camera is a little bit shaky. I don't have like a tripod or anything like to hold it with, so I'm just like holding it with my hand. But I'm going to go ahead and start from here all the way over to the end. So the way I sort of have this set up is that from this side over is fiction, and then on the other side is nonfiction, and I try to have it organized by author's last name. Now I did get a lot of books recently and those didn't fit on my fiction part of my shelf, so I just put them on the bottom as like a new fiction shelf. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first book I have is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. I have Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay, all by Susan Collins. The Maze Runner by James Dashner. A Girl Named Disaster by Nancy Farmer. House of the Scorpion by Nancy Farmer and its sequel, The Lord of Opium. The Sea of Trolls by Nancy Farmer. The Land of the Silver Apples by Nancy Farmer. And The Island of the Blessed by Nancy Farmer. These are all within the same trilogy. Next, I have 3 books by Paula Morris, the first one being Dark Souls. The next is Ruined, and its sequel, Unbroken. Next 3 I have are all within the Beyonders trilogy by Brandon Mull. So the first one is A World Without Heroes. Second one is Seeds of Rebellion, and then Chasing the Prophecy. Okay, so next up I have Jessica Niven's All the Bright Places, and then I have Uprooted by Naomi Novik. Then I have the first 2 books in the Song of the Lioness series by Tamora Pierce, the first one being Alana the First Adventure, and the second one being In the Hands of the Goddess. Next up, I have a book I got from a book fair a really long time ago, and I've actually never read, and it's called The Ghost of Greylock by Dan Pawlowski. I'm sorry, I probably butchered that name, but I tried. The next book I have is The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan. Okay, here we get to the really messy part of my bookshelf where everything starts getting tight, so I'm going to start at the top and go down. So the first book we have up here is The Brotherland Chronicles. This is the first book, The Outcast by John Flanagan. Then we have the second book, The Invaders, and the third book, The Hunters. Next, I have all of the Harry Potter books by J.K. Rowling. So the first one I have is The Sorcerer's Stone. The second one, The Chamber of Secrets. Third, A Prisoner of Azkaban. The fourth, The Goblet of Fire. The fifth, The Order of the Phoenix. The Half-Blood Prince. And lastly, The Deathly Hallows. And now all my books are falling down. Also, I have The Tale of Beedle the Bard, which is a collection of wizarding fairy tales within the Harry Potter world. Okay, so here I have just a couple journals. Here's my bullet journal right here. And then I have just a random journal that I write in. So then here's where all my nonfiction starts. So the first one I have is The Vikings by Robert Ferguson. Then I have the Norse Mythology, A Guide to the Gods and Heroes and Rituals and Beliefs by John Lindow. And then the Sagas of Icelanders, which is just a collection of different Icelandic sagas. Then I have The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. And then I just have kind of like a traveler's guide to Europe, a English to German dictionary. For my freshman year, I got this and the Europe travel guide for me. And then I just have a little diary from when I was a kid. The books I have purchased recently, so let's go ahead and get started with that. The first one I have is Rook by Shannon Cameron. Then I have Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I have the first book in the Familiar series by Mark Z. Danielewski. I think I mispronounced that, and I apologize. The second book, the next book I have is the first book in the graphic novel series Amulet, and it's called The Stonekeeper. And it is by Kazuo Kabushi, I think. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce that. Next, I have the Throne of Glass series. So the first one up here is the bind up of prequel novellas, The Assassin's Blade. Then I have the first in the series, The Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Air of Fire, Queen of Shadows, and lastly, Empire of Storms. Now, the next book I have is Bird Box by Josh Mellerman. Next I have Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. Then I have Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. Then I have the first book in the Shades of Magic series, A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. The second book in the Shade of Magic series, A Gathering of Shadows, also by V.E. Schwab. And then just kind of sitting on top, I have The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. For this video, I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know if you have any of the books that you saw on my shelf. I know that it's not as well put together as some of the other booktubers' bookshelf tours. Hopefully one day I'll have a really super pretty bookshelf and be able to do a really good bookshelf tour, but for now this is what I have. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!